Instead of returning home after the Trojan War, Odysseus, king of Ithaca, went through many troubles and ended up being stranded on Calypso's island. On Mount Olympus, the gods were debating whether Odysseus should return home. But then Zeus decided Odysseus should return home, so he sends Hermes, the messenger god, to tell Calypso to set Odysseus free, while Athena goes to Odysseus' son Telemachus to help him find out what happened to his father, especially that he and his mother's palace was surrounded with suitors. Telemachus was being convinced by Athena, and he goes to Nestor, who fought with Odysseus during the Trojan War. But Nestor doesn't know what happened to Odysseus, and suggested to go to Menelaus, who knows that Odysseus is stranded in Calypso's island. Meanwhile, Hermes travels to Calypso's island, and Calypso agrees to let Odysseus go. Calypso allowed Odysseus to sail on a small raft, but it was destroyed during a storm created by Poseidon, the god of the sea. Eventually, he washes up on the shore of the Phaeacians, who welcome him victoriously. Odysseus proves his strength by throwing a discus farther than anyone else. And then King Alcinous asks him who really is he. So Odysseus started his story. After leaving Troy, Odysseus and his men attacked the city, but reinforcements arrived and it was bigger than expected. So they decided to flee, and they come upon the lotus eaters, where many of his men ate a strange plant and lost their desire to go home. But Odysseus dragged them away, only landed on the Cyclops, wherein they were locked and Polygamus, the Cyclops cave. But then Odysseus blinded him and tricked him, saying that nobody hurt him. After sailing more, they came upon the keeper of the winds, who gave Odysseus a bag of wind to blow them back to Ithaca. But his men opened it, and it blew them the wrong way, and they landed on the giant Laesystragonians that throws boulders at Odysseus' ship, killing many of his men. They've escaped and came to the witch Circe, who turned Odysseus' men into pigs and told Odysseus to go to the underworld and find a prophet. In the underworld, Odysseus talked to Tiresias the prophet, who tells him the path to Ithaca. Then they passed the sirens, who lure sailors to crash on the rocks, but Odysseus' men tied him to the mast of the ship. Once they passed the sirens, they came upon the whirlpool Charybdis. To avoid it, they passed Scylla, a six-headed monster who ate 6 of Odysseus' heads. Next, they arrived to the island of the sun, where Odysseus' men sacrificed the sun's sacred cattle, and the ship was destroyed, leaving Odysseus as the sole survivor to wash up on Calypso's island. When Alcinous hears Odysseus' story, he gives him a ship and sends him back to Ithaca. When he gets there, Odysseus wants to make sure that everyone is still loyal to him after being gone for 20 years. So Athena gives him a disguise as a beggar. He then meets his swineherd Eumaeus, who welcomes Odysseus, not knowing who is he. While Telemachus returned to Ithaca, and Odysseus reveals himself to his son Telemachus, and they plan together to kill the suitors of Penelope. The next day, there's a contest to string Odysseus' bow and set an arrow through 12 axes out of all the suitors. Odysseus is the only one who can do it. Then he sees Antinous, the leader of the suitors, taking a glass of wine. Odysseus shoots an arrow on him and kills him. Odysseus and Telemachus battle with all the suitors and kill them. Odysseus and Penelope back together, but the relatives of the suitors want to kill Odysseus. But then Athena convinces all of them to live in peace.